Good afternoon, guys. We are doing the unthinkable. We are meeting our son's girlfriend today, later on, like probably 30 minutes or so. And I'm a little bit nervous. So, in this new day and age, okay, people meet on the internet. And I'm still old school on that aspect of as far as dating and stuff. I'm still pretty old school. I don't think I can meet somebody on the internet and feel comfortable enough to want to meet them in person, because I think everyone's a serial killer. So I mean, I have to embrace the fact that times have changed, and that my children, because both of them met their significant others on the internet, so I have to be more open-minded. Now, my daughter's boyfriend, he was the one that opened my eyes to like being cool with it, because he was so cool himself, which made me embrace it. I ain't gonna lie, but my son's girlfriend, she's very shy. Okay, very shy, which made me think at first that she was a 45-year-old woman sitting behind a screen talking to my son. So I was a little apprehensive about that one, but I'm trying to embrace it, as I said. So we're about to go run a few errands, because my son wants to have Jack in the Box with her. Apparently they have a Whataburger versus Jack in the Box thing going on. But yeah, he thought I was just gonna drop him off and not see this person and not figure out, you know what I mean? I'm gonna stay until I feel comfortable, because that's my child, and I don't care how anyone feels about it. That's my child. So you got any words?
My thing is, I'd say we stay for a while, but don't get.
I'm not trying to be all with them though.
Because it's, I mean, he's a teenager who wants the parents to be lurking around and be like, hey, what are you guys up to? You know, come on.
But this is different.
It's different because we're meeting. I mean, I got
like
old
if they
school,
went
like she
to
said,
the
I have old school. Like she's like the same way. I have old school ways too. But I'm trying to combine it with the new school ways. We're gonna be there. We're gonna check it out. But at the same time, I'm not gonna be, you know what I mean, in their space like that.
I mean, I'm not going to be right with them, but I'm going to be in the vicinity, because I care not, you know what I mean? I don't care. This is new. I'm used to people meeting at school or an after school program or something to that nature, through a friend, something like that.
Yeah, you physically see the person, you get a vibe from them, you know what's going on. You watch the circle, who the people around them. In this day and age, I mean, you got a digital world out there, and half the people have fake profiles.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I got to see her in person, like on the computer or whatever, whatnot. But it's just different than dealing with Alec. Like, I claim Alec. Alec is my little son. But but as far as, you know, this one's a little, yeah. I don't know. I'm trying here. I'm definitely trying to embrace what this new world order has for me. But there's still some part of me that, you know, I'm always and forever an 80s child. So there's some things that may, you know, I embrace what happens. It's just this part of the journey is what it makes me nervous. Yeah. But I mean, I'm happy that he's getting out. That's number one, first and foremost. It's hot as heck. I wish they were going somewhere inside, like doing something inside, like going to an arcade or something. But they decided to go to the park. Now, it's kind of crazy because, like, yesterday or the day before, I had this talk with him, and I was like, listen, no sex. You have to protect yourself. Make sure that you have full consent. All these things I'm talking to him about. But if and when that should ever arise, it's not today though, or tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day. But when it does come up, full consent, protection, all that good stuff. So I guess the day before I said this, the mom had to talk with the daughter about the same thing. And he was like, why are you guys having this talk with us? And I'm like, listen, y'all are hormonal teenagers. I don't know what's gonna happen. He's like, we're gonna be at a park. And Okay.
very practical.
He's like, he's gonna be at a park, but I've been at a park with this guy and things happen at the park too. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying, park.
He's a smart kid. He's very practical in his thought process. And
he's different than his horn dog dad.
yeah, he's different. He's way different than me. So he has a lot of innate qualities.
He cares more because his dad, like, oh, at the park, I don't care. But anyways, the point is, that's what I was thinking about, us being younger at the park. Yeah. So that's how it came up. Because I was like, listen, I don't remember a place that we ever said no to. So yeah, but he was looking at me crazy, like, in public, and I was like, oh, I guess you're not my kid. I'm just playing. But anyways,
not as adventurous as he used to be, right?
I don't think he was ever
that adventurous.
Sex in public adventure, nah. but he was definitely different. But he was just saying, you know, to me that it's in public, why would I do that? And I just thought about myself and their dad, and I was like, huh? In public. Yeah. So I don't know, I thought that was part of the adventure, but whatever. He's embarrassed to talk about it.
I'm the prudish one.
Yeah, he's embarrassed to talk about it in public. But anyways, I think my son's gonna be mad because we're kind of late. We're supposed to be there at 1, and he hates being late, and I hate being late. But their dad is, you know, the prima donna of the relationship, so he be taking forever, pushing, and I usually let him get ready first and use the leftover time, which is like 5 minutes to get ready, and he uses 2 hours. So I don't know, I think he told me yesterday, my son, that he was nervous about meeting her, like, you know, nerve-sighted. I'm nervous too, because I just don't want no serial killers up in here. I don't want no weirdo family situation, and they're probably having the same talk with her in a different way, but I just don't want no weirdo situation. I also don't want him to be stood up or happy and, you know, have fun and not have sex, okay? No sex. So I don't know, I was talking to my daughter yesterday, and I was like, I didn't want you to be like me. I lost my virginity at 14. Child, she was like, you lost your virginity at 14, which I had told her before, but I think she forgot that I did lose my virginity at 14 years old. So she was like, well, I can't do that now because she's almost 19. But the point was, you know, I was just telling her, because she was like, you would have been mad at me, and I'm like, I couldn't get mad at you over losing your virginity. I would be disappointed though, because I didn't want you to do the same things as me. So I don't know, there's a lot of sex talks in the family over the last couple days. But my daughter and I do talk very openly and candidly about sex, and she does ask me questions and all that good stuff. So it's just my son, he gets really like awkward about it, like his dad.
I do try to have conversation out of it. He's just mad, like, I don't want to talk about this. Mom already talking about this. And I did this like a few years ago.
No, like I started the sex talks really early, like around 6, because that's what my dad talked to me about sex at 6. I had a sex talk with my dad. I did not have it with my mother. I had it with my dad. So he's the one that had it with me, and that really helped develop our relationship to what it is today, that we're just open and honest with each other. So I'm grateful, eternally grateful for something like that, because not a lot of people have that opportunity to just sit there and ask these questions that most parents would get uncomfortable with. But he was always just straight up with me, and I took that cue and I used that in my own relationship with my kids, because he was always honest with me, and I promised that I would always be honest with my kids, no matter how uncomfortable it is. And there's times they put me on the spot and it be uncomfortable, but I don't get uncomfortable that often. But there are times that I do get uncomfortable, and it's okay. But you can't, it's better they have one parent to talk to about it, because Kevin will not talk to them. at all.
I try to talk to him and he just...
He's uncomfortable. You can feel the uncomfortableness even when I talk to him about sex. And my grandma would talk to me about sex, which everybody in the family was a little like, what? But she did. She gave me actual advice about sex. So about this guy right here. So yeah, I don't know. So I never felt uncomfortable. Like, you know, I didn't know, like, you know, your grandparents growing up, they had like these specific rules for you. So I just let her say what she, you know, felt comfortable that I should be talking to her about. And even as I got older, I stayed within those lines of not trying to do anything disrespectful or say anything disrespectful, because number one, she was my grandmother, and number two, she was like my mom. She raised, so I don't want to disrespect her. So I tried not to say anything that I thought would be disrespectful. But once she opened those gates, honey, yeah, we discussed it. So I don't know. My mom is a little uncomfortable talking about sex. My sisters and I talk about it. Well, my littlest sister, she's kind of weird talking about it too. But I tell her it's not weird. So, pray for me, y'all, that it's not a serial killer and I don't have to go to jail. You know, send your positive vibes to me that I don't have to go to jail today. It'll be worth it if something happens to one of my kids. I won't have any regrets and I will plead guilty. But yeah, I won't make any excuses. I did it. I do it again. So what? And they'll give me life. But they'll give me life, but I'll be okay with it because I got vengeance. Hey guys, say hi, Taj.
Hi.
We are meeting his girlfriend soon. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna do that on camera. That's awkward. But but right now we are about to try these Mexican jalapeno peanut M&Ms, and hopefully they're good because they were expensive in there. It was $2. Yes, I'm cheap. Go, Taj. Taj is gonna try it first in case they're poisonous. I'm just kidding. Okay, gotta look nice. And there's Kevin. What his race is.
You know what?
He's normal.
Really? The whole time?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, okay. That's crappy. I'm taking it back. I want a refund.
You want a refund?
It does.
You want a refund on that, so.
No aftertaste either.
It literally tastes the same. There's no bite at all. They lied. They're a whole liar. But it does say on the package. You'll see it's
very small.
That's, yeah.
It reminds of, what does it remind you of the,
it reminds me of a regular peanut.
regular peanut, M&M's without the peanut, right?
No, it has the peanut in there. I guess there's like a little something at the end. Maybe they did it in the net. Like, I don't know.
Practicing mindfulness, y'all.
And what did your mindfulness say?
Tastes regular because it doesn't. Honestly, I was waiting. Well, hold on. I do feel a kick at the end.
There is something,
a slight kick,
like something
very slight.
Tastes different at the end, but it's not a noticeable. Like it's nothing to write home about. M&M's, you failed and you did it all wrong. So we don't love it. Thumbs down. And yeah. So nobody's at the park right now. We're pretty lucky. It's kind of breezy under this thing. It doesn't feel like hell under here.
It sounds so much worse than it actually was.
It's really hot. He's a whole lie too. Don't believe anything anyone says other than me. I'm the only one that tells the truth, okay? In the whole house, okay? Everyone else lies, all right? He lies.
Well,
He definitely lies. Kimana lies. The dog lies. The guinea pigs lie. Everyone lies, okay? So just believe me.
Honestly, over here.
Honest Abe of all people. All right, so You guys, I wish we could have freaking recorded when they first saw each other, my son and his girlfriend. It was so adorable. They like embraced and it wasn't awkward. Like they were super like chill with each other. So I guess you can develop real relationships online and it not be awkward when you see each other, because I was just imagining it would be awkward or weird. And then when my son was walking past me with her, I was like, oh my gosh, how do you feel? And he was like, it wasn't awkward at all. And I was like, oh, how cute. So we talked to the dad, her dad, for like 2 hours, and he was really, really cool. Like we had like constant flow of conversation, and it was just really nice. And he's kind of like, he's in the situation we're in, but in another city, and he told us a lot of the things that we needed to hear as far as like our adapting and, you know, stuff like that. To here, and pretty much you can't go home again. So it was just really insightful and stuff, and I just really appreciated the talk and the knowledge that he dropped, because you know me, I like to absorb things like a sponge and take it in. Knowledge is free, so you know, it was really good to hear. I was like, he needs to make me like something where I could listen to him say these things over and over again, because it was just really nice to hear. Especially from like where the standpoint that we're at right now, trying to decide if we want to sell, rent, or whatever this house. He rents, so rents out his property. So you know, he was telling us the ups and downs to that, and it was just good to hear like all kinds of perspective, because pretty much essentially we would be doing the same thing, or thinking about doing the same thing that he is doing currently. So it was just really nice. I told him that I wanted to stay because I want to make sure that they weren't serial killers, and he was glad that we stayed. I was glad that he stayed, because he was like, I didn't know, like, oh, they're just gonna drop him off. And that's not the type of parent I've ever been. Like, people that know me in my everyday real life know that my kids don't spend the night places unless I know them. My son only spent the night over at one person's house. She's considered family. So yeah, I don't play about my kids. My daughter has spent the night over at let's see, 1 or 2 friends' house. I believe she only stayed the night at Lovely's house. I think she only spent the night at one person's house, because I don't really play about that. I was one of those parents was like, you could come sleep over our house, but I don't like my kids sleeping over there, because I have a weird thing about people's and I don't know how, you know, anybody's gonna take this, but when somebody has like boyfriends in their house and they're not like the child's father, I sometimes get uncomfortable with that. So it's just, to me, I don't know, I hear a lot of stories about like, you know, weirdo boyfriends doing weird things too. Yeah, I don't trust all that. And like the people that she would have wanted to spend the night at, like when she was younger, she had too many boyfriends, and I was like not with it. So no, I don't trust all that. And she had questionable characters around her kids too, so I don't play that. Like the one person she spent the night at, they were a family I had known forever, and that's why. So
And I actually worked with the husband, so I kind of knew him now.
you worked with him?
Huh?
You worked with him?
Well, we worked in the same area, same.
But you didn't like know him like that.
No.
No, my relationship was through being at school. Like he didn't really know the dad like that, but we developed relationship from our kids being in the same class for so long and stuff like that. So that's how she got to spend the night somewhere. But I don't play about my kids and letting them go to like weird places that I don't develop relationships with. So I surely wasn't about to leave my kid in a catfish situation, because as the car was pulling up, it felt just like catfish. Like you don't know who's getting out the car. Are they going to be like a 55-year-old, or are they going to be the person that I had seen online? And the dad was thinking the same thing. Like we were on the same wavelength whatsoever, you know.
Everything that
like everything I was saying to you guys before I met him, he was saying that same exact thing, like up to the traffic thing where I was saying everybody was pretty much crazy wherever we go for driving, and he just said the same thing. So he was just on my wavelength. So I got positive vibes. It was really cool. He asked us if we were going to meet up with them, you know, when we picked up the kids, which I really did want to meet the mom and at least, you know, show her my face, show her our face, so that she could see, like, you know, we're not serial killers. And so yeah, because I just be thinking the worst. And when it comes to people, especially in this weird situation where it's, you know, we're all like, you know, we're older, all of us are older, and we didn't come from meeting people like that. So I definitely felt uncomfortable with the situation. But I feel happy now. I feel really good. I feel refreshed. I feel comfortable. So that was good. And they look really happy together. Like, they really look happy together. So that's at the bottom line, you know. Even though he was being a little a-hole today, I'm glad he's happy. That's all I want for my child, is for him to be happy. For both my kids, I just want them to be happy. And today has been a touch and go day with emotions with my kids. And it was actually a normal day for me. One of my days that I wasn't having those touch and go. But normally I'm touch and go right along with them. So you just don't know what you're gonna get these days. Like, is it gonna be okay? Am I gonna be crying? Am I gonna be, you know, you just don't know. Am I gonna be mad? Because my emotions are all over the place. And I just, number one, want to go through menopause and not have a period. And number two, I just want to figure out what's going on with my life here. Like, am I staying here for a little couple of years, or am I going to flee the premises and start a new life underground somewhere, you know what I'm saying, in my bus that I've dreamed of, you know, living next to a spring. Like, that, I mean, I would obviously want to do the one with the spring, but it's just not realistic right now where we have our kids at home. I don't think I'll do that until my kids are like officially having their own lives and moved out and stuff. I don't think I'm gonna do all that stuff. So we're about to pull up to our very special place, Vista Market.
Yeah.
And
Not too bad.
a little hole in the wall.
Yeah.
And
let me come through. That's nice.
yeah, and
the hole out there, screw me up.
And I don't know what I was saying. I just got caught off guard, but I guess we're gonna go into Vista Marketplace right now and pick up Kimana some froyo. At first I was gonna get her Bahama Bucks, but then I was like, this is gonna last longer and it's hot, so you might as well have something that could like cool down a lot longer. So here I go in there, and I guess Kevin is staying in the car. Give me my money, bruh. So
Yeah,
that's that. No, I just gave him a bath and he is just looking so sad now. He looks so unhappy, but it had to be done. My battery is dying, but I feel bad. I know he's going through with his itchies and stuff. Going, Taj?
So you make good Chicos?
Are you excited?
Yeah.
You know, everybody said that they never have seen you smile on a vlog or anything.
Really?
And yeah, and they saw your picture because I put it on IG and they were like, Taj is smiling. So yeah, smile for the people. Look up, Marlon. Say cheese. Kevin, you have any words?
No. Well, yeah. Yes, I'm happy to see my son smiling.
Oh, look, you're smiling too.
Yeah.
She has that effect on all of us. We are all smiling. All right, so we're going to Chicos Tacos. And not having an actual taco. Taj is gonna be the taco tester. So, yeah, did you find the menu?
No, you're sure.
Oh, I said I was gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
I forgot. I was like, I told you to look it up and then I forgot. Well, I'm supposed to show them the menu, but yeah. So that's all that's happening right now. It's currently 4:12 and hopefully we're gonna be on time. I'm trying to be on time. So that's the good thing about it. But we're gonna go because the freaking phone is gonna tell you all the business.
Oh, I'm gonna shut it down.
And why are you still in the vlog? You're not even talking. Yeah, he's not talking. But we're not gonna, again, we're not gonna be vlogging the actual, like, you know, we're not gonna do that. But we will be. Oh, this is blurry and small. I don't know if you have to enlarge it. Because on my laptop it looked different. But yeah, we're not gonna actually vlog while we're with the family, but yeah.
Well, you know, she's gonna be the conversation starter. We get there and talk more because I think I ran out of subject. So
I don't know. He always uses me for that, and I don't know. We're gonna use Taj. Taj, you're gonna be, you know, the family better than us. Yeah, you do. You talk to the mom online.
like for 5 minutes.
That's still 5 more minutes
than us.
Yeah.
Like longer than I did ever.
Really?
Oh, so that whole time, well, actually, we didn't talk to her that long. Today is gonna be our time to talk to her. Yesterday was the dad mostly, and then we met the mom later on, but we didn't get to spend that much time because they try to cram like a whole month's worth of stuff into one long weekend.
Yeah.
So they were busy the whole time. Like every minute they had was accounted for: hair appointments, family visits, dinners, all kinds of stuff. So they are, I didn't even know that they were gonna fit us in the schedule for today. So
Me neither.
so,
I have no idea.
yeah, that's where we're at now. But